In this bulletin, 91 new infections with one death case recorded. Quarantine facility protocols under review. And schools to remain closed until further notice. And Rubinaika, Fiji. The Health Ministry has recorded 91 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday, with one death case. Most of the cases recorded were from the Colonial War Memorial Hospital cluster in Suva. There were 59 new cases recorded between the Lami to Nosori containment zone. The Health Ministry has also confirmed that there are currently 15 clusters in this area. 4 cases were confirmed from Tramline in Nawaka Nandi, stemming from one cluster. Fiji has had 1,463 cases since March 2020. There are currently 1,068 active cases in isolation, with 452 recoveries. To date, the COVID-19 death toll stands at 6. The Health Ministry is concerned with few reports of impolite and unfitting conduct by some of the frontline officials, including those handling the vaccination drive. The ministry has apologized for any shortcomings or unprofessional lapses in the service delivery. Permanent Secretary Dr. James Fong says they are constantly seeking to improve the services. Dr. Fong says they will not allow any such incident to define the professionalism of the overall effort. He adds it is their mission to offer the full protection of vaccines to every Fijian, and they cannot allow that mission to be compromised by reports of unprofessional conduct. To date, more than 250,000 people in Fiji have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and many more have been screened and tested. Fiji's border quarantine facilities and protocols have been reviewed to protect against transmission stemming from individuals entered into quarantine or isolation. The Health Ministry says a number of measures have been taken, and the quarantine capacity is to be maintained at 300 from now onwards. PS Dr. James Fong says this will be reviewed as and when appropriate. He says CCTV coverage has been upgraded in selected quarantine facilities for improved monitoring and security. He is urging for the public support in establishing quarantine facilities. All schools nationwide will remain closed until further notice following discussions with the Ministry of Health and Medical Services. The Education Ministry is urging parents to keep their children safe at home as there are still COVID-19 active cases. The ministry says it will continue to make available a number of supplementary learning resources during this extended break to keep the children engaged. Worksheets will continue to be made available on the ministry's website and the Learning Hub. Educational video programs will continue to be aired on Walesis Education Channel 9, and radio lessons will continue to be broadcasted on FBC Radio Fiji 1 and Radio Fiji 2 on weekdays. Further announcements will be made by the ministry in due course. Residents of the Nakasi Hut in Sinu have one goal, that is to not allow anyone to go hungry. Community leader Anareta Tuiloma says the second wave of the pandemic has left them concerned for their fellow countrymen. Most of these Fijians have been left jobless. However, caring one another has kept them going. The Hut communities are homes to many single moms and senior citizens and members of our disabled community. Apart from social welfare assistance, they are relying on each other during these trying times.
I have seen a lot of changes. People here are sharing every little thing they have. When someone receives food, they will look out for other families in the hut. We try as much as we can to make sure no one goes to bed hungry.
Life has changed for Lomainasau villages following the confirmation of some COVID-19 cases within the district of Toka Toka in Te Lewu. Situated right next to Nambitu and Wanuandina villages, which recorded cases early this week, Lomainasau's new normal is currently being put in place to keep them safe from this killer disease. Sainiani Mbola reports.
The Lomainasau village supermarket will no longer allow visitors, including Nambitu and Vanuandina villages, to shop from them.
This is our village supermarket, and a lot of villages do their shopping here. That is why we are not allowing people from the two villages to come and shop here at the supermarket.
Business from the village has had to be halted for the safety of the villagers.
COVID-19 has greatly affected us. We have carriers, But now our business is currently on hold just to keep us safe from the virus.
Turani Kororatu Sekobe Ngerengere Tambua says villages of Nambitu and Wenwandina are not allowed to enter the village as part of their COVID-19 response procedures.
Villagers from the two villages are not allowed in the village until further notice. COVID-19 teams continue to monitor people moving in and out of the village. The use of thermal gun, sanitizers and masks. This is to enable villagers to be safe from the virus.
The Health Ministry recorded one case each in Nambitu and Wenwandina village in Tokotoka Tailevu early this week. Sainiani Boila, FBC News.
More than 30% of Fijians rely on second-hand clothes, and the closure of stores means there is nowhere to shop. Due to customer demand, Value City is preparing to make sales online for its superstore, while branches outside containment zones are fully operational. Value City Managing Director says they have received requests from families and mothers who need warm clothes for their babies. They are the latest in a string of businesses that have gone digital under the new normal, waiting for shops to reopen.
Within the containment zone, we have allowed, we will allow on the phone bookings for things that customers may ask for and that we can provide. However, it has to be prepaid, no cash transactions, and collected at the store at an agreed time.
Up ahead, vaccination compulsory for football players. And Sau wins award at his Scottish club. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Fiji Football Association has made its stand clear on vaccination, which is no jab, no play. Fiji Football Association President Rajesh Patel says they want to play their part in protecting the nation from COVID-19, and vaccination is compulsory. The Fiji Rugby Union, on the other hand, have other ideas. Aquila Vama with the story.
Vaccination is a must for players if they want to compete in Fiji FA sanctioned competitions, and according to Rajesh Patel, it's under FIFA regulations as well.
We have to make sure that the public, when they come in to watch the game, the other players, we have to protect them too. It's their life too. It is not an individual life on his own accord when they don't want to get vaccinated. Every kid is vaccinated at a young age. Every kid was vaccinated for polio. That's how we eradicated polio, measles and everything. So what is different now? I don't understand.
When questioned that government has said vaccination is not compulsory, Patel says they understand, but they have to keep everyone involved safe. While Fiji FA has made its decision on vaccination known, the FRU is keeping their options open at the moment.
Vaccination is a right of individuals. We will have to, once we have received the guidelines and things, also consider that in our strategies as we move forward to preparing for kickoff when the time comes.
O'Connor says they'll have to wait for the Fiji Sports Commission's return to play protocols before making any final decision. Aquila Vama, FBC Sports.
While effective training and Olympic preparation during the second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic in Fiji has been near impossible, Team Fiji athletes have been commended for their willingness to keep on. Fiji Association of Sports and National Olympic Committee Chief Executive Lorraine Ma commended the athletes who have had to overcome many challenges to attempt qualification for the Tokyo Games. Ma says that as the competition date draws nearer, the remaining athletes are determined to make the final Team Fiji squad.
I really take my hat off to these athletes who, maintained their focus right throughout all this time. And I just wish them all the best in this last qualification period.
Fine weather will prevail over most parts of the country today. There is a slight chance of scattered showers in the eastern and northern parts of the country. That's FBC Morning News. Join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbcnews.com.fj. Until next time, take care and may you have a productive Friday.